Hey guys, this is Jake Bush, and you're watching Untamed Thoughts.
Hey, this is Jack Nelson, and you're listening to Untamed Thoughts.
Hi, my name's Chuck Weimer, and you're listening to Untamed Thoughts.
Hey y'all, this is Sarah Hobbs, and you're listening to Untamed Thoughts.
Hey there, this is Bree Bagwell, and welcome to Untamed Thoughts.
And we're back.
Hi. Yep.
High five.
I'm getting good at this.
I know. I could not find the live. Hi, guys.
Hey.
Oh, I'm Brandy, and this is Katrina, and we're Untamed Thoughts, and we're glad you're here with us tonight. We are a week late. We had some
Lots of things happening last week that just was not feasible for us to be online. It was rough last week. So
yes, it was, but much better week this week. Agreed so
yes.
far? Okay.
Yes, so far so good. Life happens though, and you just gotta roll with it.
Sometimes it's,
Yeah.
it might not always be fun, but it is what it is. We are so glad to be back. I'm going to not lie. It was a little weird not being live last week.
Yeah.
And it threw me off that I had to be live today, and my calendar is sending me messages saying no interview. And I'm thinking, yes, we do. Don't we? What's wrong?
Right.
Did I screw up? Oh yeah. We skipped a week.
We've been on the road driving home all day, and I had all these things I need to do because we're leaving town for Nashville and Colorado and California and all the places.
Right.
So we had so much to do that I wasn't planning on being gone this first part of the week. And so I was got home, like, okay, I need to do this and this. And I started putting up Christmas stuff because I had it all out that I didn't get it done before we left. And then I went, oh no. But at least I remembered not right at time. I remembered like an hour or two ago. So I was able to.
Well, that's kind of why I went ahead and set up the link early. I was like, let me just go ahead and do this early, just on the offshoot that maybe
right.
forgot, because I almost forgot, and I don't want to forget.
Right. Yes. So what have you been up to this week? Anything exciting?
I haven't had a chance to do a whole lot. I did something new.
Uh-oh. What was it?
I had needles put in my body.
Oh, yes. You told me.
I did acupuncture.
So
it was wild. So for anybody who doesn't know, I have something called gastroparesis. And for the last 3 weeks, I've been in a flare and haven't been able to eat solid food a lot. So I'm at my last straw trying to figure out, what am I going to do? I got to be able to eat. This is not fun anymore. So I did some research and found that acupuncture can help. Let me tell you a story. So we go in there, and she looks at my tongue and starts telling me about my health with my tongue based on what she saw. She's pressing all over my spine. She's pressing in my stomach. She's doing all kinds of things, telling me all kinds of things. And then we get to the needle part, and I'm thinking, they're like hair-like needles. There's no way you're going to be able to feel that. It's just going to be a no big deal, right? And it was no big deal until she hit the nerve. And then I was like, oh my God, I can feel that. Oh. Like I could feel, when you this is the best way I can describe it. When you hit your funny bone and like you can feel that you hit the nerve.
Right.
It felt like that in my leg.
Oh.
Yeah. And it like doesn't go away when she hits the nerve. And John went with me. So he said that she pushed the needle in, and then she kept just like threading it in until it hit the nerve. Oh, Lord.
Oh, yikes.
But when she did that, my stomach moved. I could feel things like move around. So that was exciting. And then I could eat after that.
Huh.
So.
And you've like since that or
since then. Fine.
And
Everything's been fine since then. And I went back on Monday and I go back again on Friday.
Huh. What did she say about like, has this helped other people? Like
I'm the first person that she's worked on with this.
Oh.
So she didn't know a ton about it, but what she said she did was stimulated my stomach and my intestines. And so far it seems to be working. So we'll see. I'm hopeful. As far as I'm concerned, it already worked because I've been eating.
Right. You've been able to eat.
Yeah. And hold food down. So I'm happy with that.
Wow.
She seems to think that she can, like she said that usually when there's damage like that to the body, it's the nerve not talking to the brain. And she can usually fix that communication. So I'm like, please, please.
Right. That's crazy.
So we'll see what happens. She said she can fix my psoriasis.
Huh. Well, that's interesting. We'll have to keep us posted because
for sure.
I've never had that done I've never really had issues to have to go have it done. So
Mom, I wonder if they could help your toe.
It's a piece of fractured bone, so I don't think they can help my toe.
Might help with pain. Who knows?
Well, maybe. I need to go have the surgery done is what they're supposed to be doing, but
right.
Yeah. That's not fun.
Yeah, no, it doesn't sound fun.
Yeah. Nobody wants to be in a boot forever.
No.
I guess, but if it's going to fix it and get it better and then I won't be fine after that and I can actually wear cute shoes.
Yeah, that would be helpful.
That's my problem. I can't wear cute shoes because everything has a big old heel on it and my toe does not bend up. So you can't wear anything with the heel. So you don't have cute shoes to go with outfits. So it's really hard to pick outfits out and wear things.
Yeah, that would be very sad for me.
Yeah.
I might have to break my own toe to make it bend the way I want it to.
Yeah.
I have a shoe problem. So
yeah.
Although when I hurt my knee, they told me that I could never wear heels again. And
you were like, watch me.
Yeah, no, that didn't last. It lasted a year. I let the knee go, and then I was like, yeah, I'll give you my heels back. Thanks.
How funny.
Been doing it ever since. So what do you guys have coming up? You're going to Nashville. That's right.
Nashville. Yeah. We got Nashville for Clint Daniels' wedding and Jason's got some writing appointments and stuff while we're there.
That's exciting.
Then we come back. So we fly into Austin, drive to College Station, drive to Fort Worth, drive back to Austin, get on the plane, go to Colorado. He's got a show there the next day. And then we'll have Christmas with my kids and my brother and sister-in-law and them. Then fly from there to California, my grandma and my mom, and then fly home and do New Year's Eve.
Fun. Where are you going to be for New Year's Eve?
He's playing a party here in close to the house, actually.
Cool.
So
that's good.
Nice in Seguin.
Yeah.
So
that's good. I guess you had a good Thanksgiving.
Yep. Everything was good. We went to Jason's sister's. How'd your you hosted, right?
I hosted. Yeah, it was good. We had a good. It was not very stressful because I didn't do the turkey. My mom did it. So all I had to do was the sides, and we did it late in the afternoon. So I'm trying to strangle myself with this Christmas light necklace over here. So I had all day to prep. It was nice.
That's good.
And I didn't get sick until everybody left.
Well, that's a plus.
So, I was able to eat until everybody left. Oh, well, our Christmas will be in Galveston.
Nice.
Yeah, we have John's birthday in between here and that's pretty much it. And we're going to keep it low-key around here.
What are you doing in Galveston?
We rented some houses. John's family, that we have 3 houses that we rented in Galveston on Crystal Beach.
Oh, cool.
So we'll be there from the 23rd to the 26th.
That's awesome.
So I'm excited about that.
That'll be fun. Hopefully the weather's nice for you.
I hope so. It would be nice if it was a little bit cool so we could go like do a fire on the beach and
Right.
chill
Yeah,
out.
for sure.
Fingers crossed. That'll be my first Christmas on the beach.
Well, that's awesome.
So something different.
Nice. Yeah. Something different.
Well, we have a guest waiting in the green room.
No, I'm so excited.
I know, me too. I haven't heard a lot about this guy yet. And his music is good. So I'm excited to learn a little bit more about him. Let's welcome Winston Cook, you guys.
Woo!
Hi,
How are
Winston.
Hey.
It's good to see y'all. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. It's good to see you. Thanks for coming on the show. We appreciate it.
Of course, yeah.
Well, Winston, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay. I'm a singer-songwriter in Texas. I grew up in Houston, but I live in Austin now. So I've been doing some traveling, doing some gigs. Believe it or not, I started about 5 years ago. I'm 25 now. So I started when I was about 19 or 20, learning how to play the guitar and songwriting and things of that nature. But before then, I was a classically trained musician from when I was in middle school to all through college, really. So I had a pretty good foundation as far as classical music goes. And that's really what kind of helped me learn the guitar and learn how to write songs, learn how to kind of look at how songs can be recorded and things like that. And so it kind of was a little bit unexpected, but it had kind of an organic process to it. So for the past 5 years, I've been just playing gigs around Texas, around the Gulf Coast as well, and the Hill Country up here in Austin, Dallas, even out to Terlingua, if you know where that is, out in Big Bend. So I've done some traveling in Texas, playing some gigs, and along the way, I've recorded a few albums, a few singles, and I've just been plugging away at the music thing really for the past few years.
Nice. What made that transition from classical to are you consider yourself Texas country, or are you just?
No, I wouldn't really consider myself Texas country. I listened to a lot of Texas country growing up, and I think when I started learning how to write songs and play music, it came from a folk type of avenue. I listened to a lot of folk music, such as Jim Croce. I would say John Denver is probably a folk artist, even though he could sound a little bit country as well. So, but I also growing up, listened to a lot of George Strait, a lot of different country artists. Johnny Cash was a really big one as well. So I wouldn't say my sound is necessarily Texas country, but it came from definitely a folk type of place when I started writing songs. And some of my earlier songs sound a little bit more like folk songs, but I try to involve as many influences as I can in my music, whether that's country or pop or rock or blues or folk. I try to include as many influences as I can in my music. So I would say that in some ways, some of my songs can sound country, and a lot of them can also sound maybe rock, maybe more blues, maybe more pop. So I try to keep a little bit of a variety in that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
When did music become important to you?
I think it's always been important. I mean, I grew up learning how to play piano, so I learned how to read music at an early age. And I think it's always been important to me. Just growing up, it was always around, whether it was like long car trips or things like that, and whether it was playing in the house, it was always there, and something I always enjoyed. I never really, whenever I started playing the French horn in middle school, was actually when my music passion kind of started. That's really what got me into the classical music area that I was in for so many years. So really, once I started playing in an ensemble and learning how to play music, learning how to play an instrument and learn how to do all of that, that's really when it became kind of a passionate thing for me to do. And going through high school, you go through, just like athletes will go through all state and things like that. They have that for band as well. So you go through all region, all area, all state. There's a lot of different competitions you can do playing music and playing the instrument that you've learned for so many years, which in my case was French horn. And from there, once I got to college, I was still playing French horn. I actually went to college on a music scholarship. So really, it was a pretty big deciding factor in my life through high school, even through college. And somewhere during college, I kind of dropped the major and decided to explore other avenues, study other topics and things like that. And funny enough, I ended up going back to the music and learning how to play guitar at that point, just because it's something that I always loved to do. And I knew how to play guitar, but I never really explored it as much. So I started really just practicing, literally playing the same 4 chords over and over again for probably like 6 months. And if you do it for that many times, you start to develop some muscle memory, and things kind of came a little bit quicker to me. And it was around that time where I started writing songs. and really just trying to experimenting, really just playing around with trying to create songs and seeing what sounded cool and seeing if I could create melodies in my head and things like that. And from there, it went from playing a small talent show at my college to playing some local gigs that were in the college town. And then from there, I started playing in Austin a little bit more, playing in Houston. And it's kind of grown just from really a very kind of, I don't want to say impulsive, but definitely it wasn't something that I was like planning on doing. It really was just kind of, it started as something I just wanted to try out and see if I could play guitar and then see if I could sing. And it went from there, and here we are. So.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a cool journey. And it seems, like you said, pretty organic.
Yes. Yeah. Very, very unexpected too, I would say. Yeah, absolutely.
So for me, my first concert was the Beach Boys and Three Dog Night. And it was an important concert for me because it was something that I heard my whole life in my house. Do you remember what your first concert was?
I do. I believe it was one of the festivals that the radio stations would put on in Houston. So I think it might have been Aerofest. So I think Aerofest might have been one of them. I think, and a lot of the bands were probably from the 70s and 80s. I remember one of my earliest concerts I went to, though, was a concert with Foreigner, Styx, and Def Leppard. So I was a big 80s hair metal band type of guy when I was a kid. So that's most of the music I listened to when I was growing up. So that was one of the first concerts I went to was seeing those bands. Still sounding great.
Cool concert.
Yeah, it was a very cool concert. It was very cool. I mean, those are three bands that could really be headlining any show, but to put them all three of them on one show was really awesome. So that was a great time. And that really was I'd say that's probably a pivotal moment in my musical journey, even though I might not have known it at the time, but being in that environment and seeing just what a band can do live, just a really awesome thing. It's a cool experience to have at such a young age, I think. So I was probably 10 or 11, maybe maybe younger, maybe 9. I was really young when I went to that concert. So it was really awesome.
That's cool. I was also very young. I was 8 and I got kicked out for taking pictures.
Really? They didn't allow taking pictures. Wow.
That was way, way, way back.
Whatever. You're not that old.
Okay, it feels like it some days, okay?
What do you like most about playing music?
Gosh, there's a lot to it. I mean, I think the thing I love most about it is just it's rewarding in so many ways, whether I'm just playing for myself or playing for family members or my friends. It's rewarding in every way. It's rewarding to create something as well. It's rewarding to be on stage playing for people that don't even really know me. But if I play a song that I wrote that maybe they can relate to in some way, that's just it's a good feeling. And that connection with the audience is really important to me. And I think that's probably the most fun thing about playing music and doing this. And one of my favorite things too is if, sometimes they call it the flow state. And it's a really cool thing that can happen if you're, doing something creative and you start to kind of get in the flow of things and you kind of almost just kind of react to whatever is going on, but you're creating something in the moment. And that's something that I really enjoy doing on stage as well. Usually when I play songs on stage, they're never the same way twice, same song, same chords and everything. But the way I play them is always different just because I'm trying to push the creative boundaries whenever I'm playing on stage and seeing where the song can go and what new things the song can bring to the entire performance, because it's different every time. So that's my favorite thing about it, really. It's just the spontaneity of it all and how rewarding it is to live in that moment and do that and also share that with anyone who's listening. And if no one's listening, it's always nice to just, play things by myself and kind of figure out what I want to do and figure out maybe a new song. So it's always a spontaneous adventure, working with songs and songwriting. It's great.
Great answer.
Yeah. Thank you.
So when you were little, is this what you knew you were going to do, was music, or was there something else?
There were a lot of things. There were a lot of different things I wanted to be. I will say that, and I think a lot of people probably do this, but if you've ever been in a car and you're on a long car ride and maybe you have some headphones and you're listening to a song, you look out the window and picture that you're like in a music video or something like that. And I did that a lot. And I think a lot of times when I did that, I was kind of picturing myself playing the song, being on stage, even though as a kid, I had no idea how to play guitar or sing really. And I had no idea what all that entailed. But yeah, I think from a very early age, that's something I was always dreaming about. But in school, I think I came up with a lot of different things like meteorologist and brain surgeon and things like that. So I think I've had a lot of different interests, but I think through all of it, music has always been at the center of it, and it's always been there. It's always been something that I've gravitated towards, no matter what path I've been on or whatever other interests I've been pursuing. Music is always the one I tend to go back to even from an early age.
Sounds like you made the right choice.
Yeah, I think so. I hope so. Only time will tell. We'll see.
Do you have a favorite song of yours or someone else's that you like to sing?
Oh, really? Of my songs, my favorite one is probably the most recent one. Usually, I tend to be pretty critical of what I write, and if you write a song, you tend to hear it a lot more than other people do, because you're kind of hashing it out and you're hearing it as you're playing it and practicing. So I get tired of songs pretty quickly, and even when recording, it's even more of it's just a ton of listening to that song when you're recording as well. So I would say probably the most recent one is always the one that is my favorite, just because it's nice to kind of figure out where the song's going to go, and that's kind of what I enjoy the most. So my most recent song would be Celine, which is the most recent song that I've recorded. That's a fun one to play live. So I'd say that's probably my favorite. In general, probably my favorite song ever. It'd probably have to be a John Denver song, "Sunshine on My Shoulders." It's probably one that I always.
That's a good song.
It's just it's just been there. I mean, it's just been there since I was a kid. There's a lot of nostalgia there. So I think that's probably, when I hear that song, I never skip it. So that's probably my favorite.
So what are your hobbies outside of music when you're not doing music? Does that exist?
A lot of what I do is music. No, I love. I love outdoorsy things too. I love hiking. I love camping. I just took a walk down to the lake today. So I like being outdoors. Anything in nature. A lot of my songwriting has a lot of nature in it. In the songwriting itself, even in the stories I tell, if it has to do with another character, there's some sort of landscape that I'm trying to build in the background. So a lot of outdoorsy stuff. Paddle boarding. I live in Austin now, so that's more of a possibility as opposed to living in Houston.
Come on, you don't want to paddleboard in the bayou?
No, thank you.
Me either.
Not particularly. No.
You're not too far from me. I'm in New Braunfels, so.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very cool. Yeah, it's beautiful out there. I was there for a gig about a couple months ago. Yeah, it was really cool. It's beautiful out there.
Yeah, I love it. We were living north of Houston at first, and I was like,
where at? I was in North Houston as well.
Like Livingston area.
Okay, yeah, I have a lot of family members that live in East Texas up that way. So Nacogdoches, you probably know. If you know Garrison, I have some family in Garrison. It's a real small town just north of Nacogdoches. But yeah, I actually have a song called Pines of Home that is specifically about my family that lives out in the Piney Woods and me going there as a kid. So
that's awesome.
very, very familiar with that area. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So what is the best advice that you've been given thus far?
Oh man. Like music wise or in general?
Yes, whatever.
I mean, I guess it could be applied to music. I had a guitar. Well, actually, I'll talk about a music example. I had a guitar teacher in college, and I knew how to play the guitar. I knew how to play chords, and I had already been playing a few gigs, but I hadn't learned how to play classical guitar, which is really reading sheet music with each particular note on the guitar and playing in the classical style. So I had this guitar teacher, and I was learning how to play. And it was a little difficult for me to be looking at the page and looking at the guitar and looking at my right hand and my left hand and doing all this at the same time. Because usually when I play live shows, a lot of it's based on feel. I mean, I kind of know what my hands are doing. I don't have to look at a sheet of paper, I'm just kind of performing. So when I was in this lesson with the guitar teacher, I didn't know where to look. And I was like, where do I look? And he's like, look everywhere, and I think that's a great, and he kind of went off on, this, he went kind of down the rabbit hole about, just do that in life, look everywhere, don't be so fixated on one thing, look everywhere, look at everything that you're doing and kind of take in the whole picture. And I think that's something that I've applied to my guitar playing, to my songwriting, and I think it's a good thing for life too. You know, at the end of the day, I think we get fixated on a lot of things, and I think as a musician, it's easy to get fixated on certain things, whether, you know, it's I'm not getting enough likes, or this song doesn't sound exactly how I want it to sound, or things aren't moving the way I want them to move. They're not moving as fast as I'd like them to move. I think it's important to not fixate on that, just to look at everything and take everything in as a whole and see where the progress is being made and where things need work. And he probably didn't mean for me to take it that far when he said that. He probably was literally just talking about just look at the guitar like everywhere. But I think it could be applied to everyday life. Maybe it's been a good advice so far. I remember it all these years later. So
Right.
You did take it further than just the guitar, and you applied it to life, because that is really great advice for life in general.
thank you. Yeah.
What advice would you give a new artist coming up?
In some ways, I still feel like a new artist coming up. So that's a tough question. But I mean, really, I would say just write constantly. I think about music all the time. It's what I always think about. Everything could be a song lyric. Everything could be a song title. Any riff I play on the guitar could be a new song. So I would say write as much as possible and play it for people. I think good advice is write good songs and play the good songs. So, I mean, I think that's the best way to do it is write good songs and then play them for people. And the audience, I feel like, will kind of tell you if it's a good song or not. You can kind of tell based on the reaction. And
Absolutely.
Yeah.
and there's I totally believe it. And I think that reminds me of something that I heard Charlie Crockett say one time, because he was homeless for a little bit, and he would play on street corners for people and play songs. And he said that's how he kind of learned what songs worked and what songs didn't. He'd play all of the songs he had, and he might get a smile or two on some of the songs he played. So he kind of realized that those songs were good, and the other ones he kind of didn't really receive a reaction for the people walking by. So those kind of got filtered out. So to new artists, I would say just write as much as possible and start playing for people. I mean, when my first gig, I was not probably very prepared to be playing in front of people, but I did it anyway. And it worked out. And I think if I hadn't taken that step and just kind of gone for that, I might have been too scared to ever do it. I might've been getting better, but it's important to just kind of get out there.
Just do it. Do it scared.
Exactly. Do it. Yeah. Be scared and do it. That's what I would say.
Do it scared.
And
Yep.
for a new musician, get a phone with lots of storage.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
It's a game
no
changer.
storage.
Everything's a song. Everything's a title. Or I have so much stuff on my phone just from my husband's stuff. He's like, hey, write this down. We'll be driving and he's doing something. He's like, hey, write this down. Hey, write this. And I'm like, I got all this stuff. And then his phone's full. My phone's full.
Yep.
It's
The way it
crazy.
goes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lots of phone storage. If you're into handwritten notebooks where you can handwrite your songs, that's what I do. I just have tons of spiral journals just full of all these.
We have a lot
Lyrics.
of random ones that you find like half songs and half axes. And then you've got there's so many song books everywhere.
You know what's funny is I found a whole stack of journals the other day, and there are several poems in there that I wrote when I was in high school, and I was rereading them, and I'm like, damn, some of this shit is good. Somebody needs to look at this.
I know the feeling. I do that a lot with my songs as well. A lot of my songs I write, they're kind of written in pieces, and I'll just kind of pull these pieces together that I like.
Right.
Just from random entries. Yeah. It's a really cool thing. It's a cool creative thing to do.
I love that.
Mhm.
You ready for some rapid fire questions?
Yes, let's do it.
This is becoming my favorite part of this show. I don't know about you, Paul. Okay, if you could be any Disney character, anyone you choose, which one would you choose?
Aladdin.
I like that. If your life was a story, what would the title be?
Sweet Fussy Sings the Blues.
Your favorite holiday?
Is Halloween a holiday? I like Halloween.
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
Cool.
Your favorite pizza topping?
Ooh, I love Hawaiian, but with jalapenos on it.
Oh,
You people and your pineapples, I swear. Your favorite color?
Purple.
What chore do you despise the most?
I don't like taking out the trash. It's stinky.
Agreed. McDonald's or Burger King?
McDonald's.
Winter or summer?
Winter.
Whataburger or In-N-Out?
Whataburger.
We just got a new In-N-Out in the Woodlands, and I have to go try it just to make sure that I don't like it.
In-N-Out's good. In-N-Out's good.
Hill country or the beach?
Hill country.
Text or talk?
Depends on the person.
I'm the same way.
Usually text, I'll be honest. I'm sorry.
Cake or pie?
Pie.
Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Sweet or savory?
Ooh, savory.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Acoustic or band?
Acoustic. I'm biased.
Your favorite candy?
Ooh. I like those Airhead Extreme belts. Those are good.
Oh, that is good. And your favorite food in general?
I like Thai food. I can eat Thai food a lot, any day.
I need to try that.
Yeah.
Football or baseball?
Football.
Chocolate or vanilla?
Chocolate.
Sunrise or sunset?
Sunset.
The weirdest thing you've ever eaten?
I ate a cricket one time.
On purpose?
It was like one of those like chocolate covered ones.
Oh.
It was in high school. It was in like a science class. So technically it was a cricket. Might have been grasshopper. It's one of those two.
Interesting.
But it had chocolate on it. So
I'll eat almost anything if there's the right chocolate on it.
it didn't taste bad. It didn't taste bad.
Yeah.
Good for you. What's your favorite guilty pleasure food?
Chocolate covered crickets. No, I'm just kidding. Guilty pleasure food. Oh gosh. I love ice cream. Ice cream. I feel real guilty after eating that because I usually eat the entire pint that I get. So it's
I can see where you might feel a little guilty after that.
yeah, it's more of the amount than it is the actual food, but it's a guilty pleasure. So
What's one meal you could eat forever?
Probably any sort of like curry. I like curry. Any sort of like Indian or Thai curry. I don't know. It's just good. I could probably eat it any day.
And then the final question, what's for dinner tonight?
Pizza. I'm on a budget.
Totally understand that. Can you tell we like food around here?
I'm sorry?
Can you tell we like food around here?
Food around where?
Around here, we like food.
Oh God, I'm sorry. I completely
Questions?
Yes. I like it. I'm getting hungry now.
Right? Well, it's about that time of the night anyway.
You know, we ordered meatballs from Jason's Deli, and it was like the family pack of meatballs. So you just get this big tray of meatballs. So we have meatballs for tomorrow, and I didn't
even know that was a thing. I didn't know you could order
I didn't
meatballs.
either. He's like, what about Jason's Deli? And I was like, I guess if that's what you want. And then he's like, what about meatballs? I'm all, okay.
Do you know what my favorite thing from Jason's Deli is?
What?
The chicken pot pie soup is so delicious. If you need something that's comforting down home, that soup will do it every time.
Jason said he almost got that.
So good. You missed out. I have some in my fridge right now. I'm going to go eat my leftovers from yesterday's dinner.
Where are you next?
I will be at Old Quarter Acoustic Cafe in Galveston this Saturday. At 8. Yeah, I've never played there, but I've heard great things, and I'm really excited about it. So I'll be there this Saturday. The show starts at 8 p.m.
Awesome. Tell everybody where they can find you and your music.
I'm on Spotify, Apple Music. If you go on my website, winstoncook.com, has all the links. You can also follow me on Instagram, Winston Cook Music. Pretty much anywhere, if you look Winston Cook and see a musician named Winston Cook, it's probably going to be me. There's not a ton of Winston Cooks out there. But yeah, I'm on Spotify, Apple Music, all the streaming platforms. Just search Winston Cook or go to my website, and for all the links, they're all there.
Cool.
Awesome. Everybody, I need y'all to go do all the follows on all the social media and all of the things right now before you forget.
And go.
Right. Well, wait. Just Well, Winston, thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate it. I can't wait to catch a show next time you're in my neck of the woods. So we really appreciate you being here, and we will see you soon.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
No problem. Have a great night.
You too.
Okay, everybody. Thanks for watching this week. We appreciate it. We will be back with any luck next week. It might just be me and Katrina, or Katrina and I, if we don't want to be grammatically correct. But
Yes,
we'll still
I
be
will
here.
Just landing in Nashville. So I'll be coming live from an unknown spot.
In Nashville.
Come see where it's at. I don't know where it's going to be yet, but it's going to be somewhere.
Somewhere in Nashville. Well, we may change the time then, so that you're not like in the airport.
No, I think we get there at like 4:30 or something like that. So I'll have a little bit of time to get to the hotel and
Prepared. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
And find somewhere.
I don't want you to be sitting in a corner of the airport trying to. Although that could be fun too. It's Nashville. You never know who you're going to run into.
I know. I can walk around and just like put people on the show and.
Yes, maybe we should do it from the airport.
Or from one of the bars or from the hotel or something, and just walk around and be like, "You're live on Untamed Thoughts."
Yeah, totally. That would be so much fun. Maybe I need to fly to Nashville for the day.
I was going to say, I might need you to come do it with me. I don't know if I could grab a random stranger. I mean, I'm not like scared, but I am. No, I'm not.
And then there's me who's like, I don't care.
Yeah, no, I would do it. I could do it probably, but
Totally
I'd probably have Jason be like stopping the people and all.
Yeah, 100%. They would totally stop because you would have a camera in their face. So.
Right.
Hey, guess what?
Right. We'll walk around with my laptop.
One of these days, we're going to make that happen somewhere because that would be so much fun.
We could do it live from the cruise ship.
Yeah, we can.
Next year. A year from now. In case you didn't see that, we have the Jason Allen music cruise that was just posted yesterday. I wasn't able to post it till yesterday, but there's only a limited amount of rooms. So the information on the flyer that's posted on Jason Allen Music and Jason Allen Instagram, on my page.
It will be on Untamed shortly because it will be also an Untamed event.
Yes, it will. We have 3 shows. It's a 5-night cruise, 3 full band shows throughout the week, and 2 stops in Cozumel and Progreso, and a good time.
I'm so excited.
It's gonna be fun. It'll be my first cruise. I've never been on a cruise. So
what? I'm excited now.
yes, it'll be my first cruise. My family's coming, and some of Jason's family's coming, and you are coming.
I booked my room today. I'm so excited.
Yes, we've got a lot of friends that are already starting to book up the rooms. So there's only a certain amount of rooms.
Get on it, people.
At this locked-in rate. If she has to add in more rooms, I think that the price might not be the same. I can't remember how she said that worked. So the certain amount that's locked in right now is at the locked-in price that she got before they opened up, before they said you didn't have to have the vaccine.
Yeah.
So that the prices were a lot lower. And so now she locked it in before that got lifted, which was great.
Oh, that makes more sense. Now
Yes.
I'll be able to get the room I got for the price that I got it.
Yeah. So now that the prices have gone up, I don't know. So if you guys want to go, I would recommend calling her. All the information is on the bottom of the flyer. Brenda Rowinski, she is great. She's a travel planner, and she will help you get all set up.
She took care of me quick, fast, and in a hurry today. I didn't have to do hardly anything. It was awesome.
That's cool.
Easiest cruise I've ever booked.
That's awesome. I've never booked one, so and she's doing it all for me. So
you did it the right way the first time. Good for you. I'm excited about it. We're gonna do this one a little bougie. This is gonna be our Christmas gift to ourselves. So
woohoo!
we're doing it bougie style.
start saving up for even more, because we have a whole we could do more Untamed. We're going to Australia next year too. So
Yeah.
yes.
Okay, I'm down. Like, I'm gonna save. And who needs makeup?
Right.
I need you all to all the makeup and
Makeup,
skincare.
skincare, or I got you hooked up with some wellness products that we can get ourselves all looking good before we go on the cruise, and then we'll get all the things.
Let's do it all. Yes. I'm excited. 2023 is going to be good. I'm so excited. We've got, I think,
we're working on a lot of international travel. So we're working on some more. Hopefully he'll be able to get back to Europe again, because everything's better now. And they've been reaching out about Europe, and hopefully Ireland and Mexico and
Ireland. I don't care about Australia. I'd rather go to Ireland.
You what?
I don't care about Australia. I'd rather go to Ireland. I'm a Murphy.
Right.
Ireland.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, so we got a lot in the works, but we'll see which pan out.
I'm excited. I think I was looking today, and it looks like we have, I think, 4 or 5 more shows of this season, and then this season is over already.
That's it.
I don't know how that went so fast. I thought that it was going to be forever, and it's already almost done.
Wow.
It's crazy, right?
Leo.
Anyway. Okay. You guys, we appreciate you watching. We'll see you next week from somewhere.
Somewhere.
With or without a guest. We don't even know yet what's going to happen next week. From here on out, we're winging it.
Be free for all.
So thanks for watching. We'll see you next week. Go be kind to yourself and everyone else.